everybody, welcome to Sama. I'm Derek Mazzoni, your host. Thank you for being here in these interesting times that we live in, and I hope wherever you may be right now, it's okay. And if it's not, I hope it gets better soon. And I want to thank you for your time in watching our weekly series of amazing artists doing really powerful work, spreading their wisdom and presenting different musical and artistic traditions, celebrating diversity and championing, as always, our shared humanity. I have a pretty amazing singer tonight that I got just turned on to. Her name is Sushma Soma. She lives in both Chennai and Singapore, and she is a Carnatic singer. She's got a new record out that I love quite a bit. It's called Home. It's a reflection on her relationship with nature and the environment, and it's her response to the events around the world that have impacted her. Some beautiful, haunting work, everything from a lament of the death of an elephant to just the everyday reality of us wasting our precious resources and not thinking about it. It's a expression of wonderment, pain, conflict, shame, gratitude. It's a lot of stuff, all within the framing of Carnatic music. She works with another artist I like quite a bit, Aditya Prakash, and this collaboration both represents the traditional work of South Asian music, but yet it feels like it's reaching into a new world. Not so much in the context of fusion, but as in like, this is our home, this is where we're from, and we are sharing this with the planet. I'm stoked to be able to have her here right now. We're going to go right into a bit of a conversation, but first I want to start with a beautiful song that she sent me. This is Sama Ka. This is Sushma Soma, and off her record Home. Glad to be able to share that with you.
உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் நீர்மலிவேணியன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் 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 நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன் அழகில் ஜோதியன் அழகில் மலரடி வாழ்த்தி மலரடி வாழ்த்தி மலரடி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவோம் மலரடி வாழ்த்தி மலரடி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவோம் வணங்குவோம் வணங்குவோம்.
Hi Sushma, how are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you so much for having me here, Derek.
Beautiful work.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot of passion and a lot of just virtuosity in that video. I really want to thank you for sharing that. Tell me about yourself. You know, I'm going to go a little deep because it's been a weird time, but why music? How did you get into this space?
I think in my family it just felt natural that I would go into music. Both my grandmothers sing Carnatic music. One of them actually formally even did it in college back in the day. The other one, she's 92 and she still sings really, really well now. So when my parents moved from India to Singapore in the early 1980s, I think for them it was, they felt away from home and they needed something to root them back to their culture, what they believed was their culture. So when I was just 4 years old, they put me in my first class of Carnatic music as a way of rooting me back.
And tell me, what's your description of Carnatic music? Let's say you didn't know much about it or you knew a little bit, but give us a little bit of like a 101 on Carnatic music. We know that it's from South India, but tell us more, please.
I would say Carnatic music is believed to have originated from the Vedas, the chants or the hymns of the olden days. But the Carnatic music that we know today, I would say it's a product of different influences and the confluence of different communities and different voices that have impacted this music. And now we practice it in a way that's more recent and not specifically from what we believe was originated in the Vedas like several centuries ago.
I've been a fan and I've been listening for a long time, and there's an interesting thing with this music that it comes from silence. It doesn't come in like poof. It comes from silence and then evolves, and then sometimes it closes like this, but often it will come back again. What role does that silence play in the music? If you could speak to that.
Absolutely. I think silence is actually a very important aspect of the music, and I think it's also a very important aspect of our lives. And I think that's what makes this music, in some way, I think, when you mentioned previously what connects us to this music, why are we going after this music? And I think that's precisely because of the silence. At the end of the day, if we spoke about it spiritually, all of us want to silence our monkey minds, right? We want to find the silence in that. So I think finding that silence in music and being in that moment with music, I think in that moment we find silence in our minds as well. And so both, the mind and the silence of the music come together. And I think that gives us a space of just quiet and oneness, which is a very special moment and very special space to be in. And I think that's what we seek with the music.
Perfect, thank you. Let's go to another song right now. I like how this is flowing. So let us now listen to Sundar Te Dhyan. Am I pronouncing that right?
Sundar Te Dhyan.
And what does that mean?
So Sundar Te Dhyan means I'm meditating upon the beauty of divinity. And this is a form of music called abhangs, which originates from the western part of India, actually, from Maharashtra. So it was written by the Marathi saints.
Okay, and Sama Ga means, Sama, we call our program Sama, but Sama is it's like the one, isn't it, in Sanskrit?
Actually, in this particular instance, it's, you know how the solfege in Indian music is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. So we titled it Samaga because that's how the chorus starts in this song.
How's your life right now? What are you doing?
You're asking me?
Yeah. How's your life?
It's good. I'm really excited about the release. I'm gearing up for that,
And it's April,
very
right?
excited.
April 8th?
April 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be up on all streaming platforms.
Perfect.
And yeah, I'm excited.
But this is your second record, so you've been doing this for a little
That's
bit.
right.
How different is this than the first one?
Oh, it's very different. So the first one, I felt like I just wanted a reason to work with my friends. Like I had, developed different friendships over the decade of moving to Chennai, and I just wanted to work with different people. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna make a record with all my friends here, and that's really how the EP was born. And I just wanted to sing some of my favorite songs, the lyrics and melodies, some of which had really impacted me. But with this, and I released that right before COVID, actually. And just as I did my EP launch, after 4 days, the whole world shut. Like, no one could travel anywhere. So since then, the 2 years, of course, I think COVID has impacted all of us in different ways. But I think that's given me a lot of time, like I said, to think about how can I explore the music in a way that reflects my voice today, or reflects my thoughts today, my emotions today. And I think that's what home is. It's a response, like I said, it's explored my relationship with nature. It's been my voice to explore the relationship with nature, to also my response to events, like I said, the elephant, and also watching documentaries like Virunga, where gorillas are left orphaned because we're busy drilling the forest there for oil and mining the forest there. So it's things like that. And I think that's very different from the EP, which didn't really have a narrative arc. But here, I feel like with Home, I'm in some way almost pleading with my listener to engage with me. I'm not expecting change or anything, but even if after listening to it, if my listener would like to engage in a dialogue with me, to be like, hey, what was this about? Why did you create this? I think that's really all I want. Like, that's the first step that I hope for with this album.
Perfect. And they will. This forces this entices a conversation on a broad level, when you think about those
Yeah.
things. Because I was affected by those documentaries too, like, for everything from Octopus, my friend, to my best friend, to
Yeah.
anything that you're seeing. It's like, there's a part of you that wants to just close your eyes, but you have to see it, and then you have to make that connection, and then it makes you rethink, down to the extractive relationship we have with nature. It's like, we gotta make this change. We have to do something right
Yes.
now. You can't lecture people into it. And this is one of the reasons I started Sama in general, is that, like, everybody is human. The diverse, amazing, strange cultures, there's a sense of fear from some people because things are changing so quickly. But once you present music and art, it short circuits that apprehension, short circuits that fear.
Absolutely.
And music has a powerful way to get people to kind of, like, in a really interesting way, really love each other. Not in like
Absolutely.
not in a hippy dippy kind of way, which is great. I love hippy dippies, but everybody's in the room and something happens, and the
Yeah.
music
And
makes
we're all
everybody
feeling
in
the
the
same
room.
emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So massive success. I'm looking forward to playing the record, and I'm
Thank you,
looking
Dan.
forward to one day welcoming you here. This is great.
I would love that. Thank you.
Sushma Soma on Sama, Seattle Sacred Music and Art. Be well, be safe. We're still not out of this thing, obviously, so we got to stay vigilant. But I applaud the work, and I'll do whatever I can to help spread the word.
सुन्दरते ध्यान उभे विटेवरी सुन्दरते ध्यान उभे विटेवरी करकटावरी ठेवुनिया सुन्दरते ध्यान उभे विटेवरी करकटावरी ठेवुनिया सुन्दरते ध्यान तुळसी हारगा कासे पितांबर तुळसी हारगाळा कासे पितांबर आवडे निरंतर आवडे निरंतर आवडे सुन्दरति ध्यान सुन्दर 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 ते ध्यान.
Hey everybody, Derek Mazzoni here, host of Sama, Seattle Circuit Music and Art, also host of Warpop on KEXP, asking you to please like, support, and most importantly, share these Sama sessions that we produce every week for you. We've had some fabulous artists telling some compelling stories and most importantly, presenting their culture in interesting times, shall we say. And I would love more people all over the world to get a chance to see these concerts and interviews. So please click like, click share, and please support Sama any way you can. Thank you.